What's up, peeps? Dr. T here, just ranting on and on. Okay, today I'm picking on you. That's right, patients. You who are watching this video, you who are at home doing your exercises or not, you who came in and got adjusted once or twice. Yes, that's you. You feel better. And why am I going off on you? Because you don't have a budget. I think most people are not budgeting $2 or $3 grand a year for their chiropractic. They put that money mentally aside, right? They budget mentally for like dentistry. Maybe this year you don't have too many cavities. You're hoping you've been flossing. Maybe you get a fill-in for 300, a checkup, an exam, something like that, right? So maybe your mental budget for dentistry is 300 this year. Maybe you're thinking, okay, next year I might need a crown. That could be 3-4 grand easy. Oh, dental implants, a whole new mouth, 30 grand, right? Or more. So should be the same for your spine, right? Even more. You should be putting more money into your spine. I mean, your teeth are tiny and accessible. Your spine's way back there. So, harder to get to. All right, so why am I ranting? Why am I going off? Because y'all don't take care of yourselves enough, all right? And basically, because my ineptness, okay, my ineptitude, I failed you, all right? If you think that the chiropractic is fixing you in 1 or 2 visits, you're mistaken. We're not fixing much or anything in that. Maybe a little bit of pain relief. But seriously, for most healthy people, the general recommendation is once a month. So if you're paying for your precious health insurance, you got all this health insurance. Everybody needs, I need my health insurance, bro. I work the shittiest job just to keep my health insurance. Because you all got some messed up health and health conditions. Oh, I see my cat's nemesis out there. He's been fighting with Feo. Feo was chasing him. But anyway, I digress. Chiropractic, once a month for healthy people. Once a week to maintain if you had pain and it went away. Come once a week, at least. Once a month, for sure. But once a week to maintain, or to make some kind of progress. Twice a week to get out of pain, 2 or 3 times a week. Some of these chiros got people coming 2-3 times a day. So I've never really worked with too much immersion therapy chiropractic. It's pretty intense. I would say once a day probably enough. You go home and recover, take that, all right? Tomorrow's another day. I mean, you might want to intensify it maybe in a couple, first few days, maybe a couple a day, but, you're probably not getting a thorough adjustment on the first shot. So I think they're breaking it into 3. But anyway, that's not what we're doing here. I feel the light. Feel the light. We're getting you in 2 or 3 times a week, probably in the worst cases. Daily, if you're really janked, like if you can't walk, you can't stand, you can't put your socks on, you're really acute, we might get you in once a day. Get your butts in, all right? If you're not coming in at least once a week and you came in for pain, you're gonna have the pain come back, all right? I didn't fix it. In order to fix something, in hopes of having it not come back, you're looking at about 40 visits for corrective care. I am a specialist in corrective care. I studied CBP, Deed Harrison and his dad. And, these are the engineers of chiropractic, the ones who publish the most in the journals. The most research is done by Deed Harrison and the CVP crew. So get with it. It's an elective. Not all chiropractors know this. Even some of the best chiropractors you're paying thousands of dollars for, and you don't understand why you're not getting better. And then I come in and you're like, holy shit, that was different. Yeah, because I'm doing different things, okay? I'm taking you the extra mile, going to the next level. You're going to need a lot fewer visits with me. All right? So here's the bottom line. I mean, in my business model, I'm pricing the adjustments at $80 so that you could afford to come in once a week, okay? If you're going to come in once a year, I'm not going to survive. It's not going to work out, okay? You got to come in once a month at least, right? So we're talking real here. My pocket, you rarely hear the chiropractors talking about their pocket. But I'm not a rich chiropractor. I grew up broke and poor in New York, raised by a waitress, and so I'm still struggling. I'm $330,000 in debt as we speak. So I'm certainly not a rich chiropractor, but I do work for some and work with some, and a lot of them have been working for 30 years. Trust me, I know all these chiropractors around here, and I know a lot of the moves they're doing. I know all the moves they're doing. They just don't know all the moves that I'm doing. All right, I studied more electives than probably chiropractors studied core principles. All right, so if you want a principled core chiropractor, someone who lays it down, we can do it rough. I was going to name the practice rough chiropractic, but then I think I'd be discriminating to some degree against all those who like it gentle. So we can do it gentle, we can do it rough. I got tools and tricks and all that stuff. Probably a lot of experience in these hands by now. Trying to calculate the hours. I've done it before, but I'm probably reached mastery by now, according to... who's the author of Tipping Point? Malcolm Gladwell. So yeah, it was his other book. He was talking about 10,000 hours to mastery. So I might have in the area of 20,000 hours or more of adjusting. Probably more, maybe approaching 30. So I condense that shit. I'm seeing 100 patients a day. Right now I'm probably seeing maybe 50 or 60. We're taking it easy, all right? And if you're lucky enough to come see me in Monterey, then bless you, because we're not so busy down there and we can spend a few moments chatting. But these videos are here to replace the inter-office chatter, because I don't always have time to educate all the patients one-on-one. All right, so I'm reaching out to you here, and basically the idea, subluxation, okay? If you want to stay subluxation free, you want to have light communication of light, photons, and energy, electrons, transmissions from the brain reaching the body reaching the brain, then you got to be in chiropractic regular, okay? Regular. Get with it, people, all right? If you're in another state and you're not seeing your chiropractor, I can help you find one, perhaps. Pick your top 3 and hit me up, jump into my DMs or whatever, and tell me, hey, which is the best of these 3 chiropractors? Which one do you like, or whatever? I'll take 5, 10, 15 minutes, go to their websites, research. It's good for me to see what they're putting up on their websites and what they're promoting and stuff. Not that mine's up to date, but, it goes both ways, right? I'll learn from the experience as well as helping you maybe pick the right chiropractor. But seriously, I mean, look, there's a lot of different techniques out there and different, financial plans, right? Just like you could find a car mechanic for cheap and, bring it to the dealer. So it's like, what kind of care do you want? Do you want the guy to have the most polished furniture? Do you want the guy to lay it down heavy? That's how I was in the beginning. I couldn't find anyone to really crack me and get me adjusted. So a lot of patients come to me saying the same thing, right? But if they want it hard, and fast or whatever, using more force is likely to make you more sore. So that's the price you got to pay. Sometimes you got to get a little worse before you get better. And if that's the case too, maybe that's why you're avoiding your chiropractor and saying, hey, it hurts, I don't like it so much. We could do it more gentle, right? It probably might take a few more visits. Picture gentle technique might take twice as much visits as a more aggressive technique using a lot of high force, right? And being very thorough. So anyway, keep it rocking, people. Go see your chiropractor. I love you. It's one of the best things you can do for your health. Fact check that. It's right up there with exercise, right? It really is basically the same thing. It's just motion. And today's modern chiropractic, beyond the philosophy, right, which is natural health, that's the real chiropractic. That's the real deal. Okay, beyond the philosophy, the joint cracking stuff is just keeping you moving, and it's important on a physical level. But don't forget the spiritual and the mental planes, okay? Those are the higher planes where the healing is more permanent and lasting, okay? And it's quicker. So, remember, the causes of subluxation are thoughts, toxins, and trauma, right? So thoughts are stress, toxins everywhere, trauma, there's repetitive micro trauma. Be careful. It's not just the major ones, but you got to heal your spirit if you want to heal. All right, people. Heal your mind, heal your spirit. We'll see you on the physical side. Come on in, 942 Munras. Peace.